Hi friends, happy Friday. Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. If you don't know me, I am Sarah Chatello McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I am excited to show you this super cute, super quick and easy, great for beginners card. So if you have never ever stamped before and you have stumbled upon my video, this one is for you. This one features a stamp set and a punch. It's very easy to do, and I'm going to be showing you that in just a minute. Let me pull up my comments, and if you're watching, go ahead, feel free to say hello. We are having a beautiful day here in Saginaw, Michigan. What's the weather like where you are? Tell me, is it sunny? Is it rainy? Is it cloudy? Is it warm? Is it cold? I want to know all the things. I do have a couple of things to announce. I posted Facebook's being so wonky lately. I posted in my group this afternoon about a new promotion that Stampin' Up! Is doing starting May 3rd. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait to tell you if this would ever work. So let me tell you about the promotion. It's very cool. It is the In Color Starter Kit. So with this starter kit, you get not only the normal $125 worth of product of your choice that you get to pick for $99, you also get the In Color grid paper to protect your workspace. I love my grid paper. I don't have the In Color grid paper because this is exclusive for the starter kit. You also get a full pack of In Color cardstock. You get all 5 full-sized ink pads and the new In Color Designer Series paper, which I don't even have yet. So it makes me want to drop and rejoin just to get all these goodies. You get all that for free. That's just added into the kit. It doesn't cost anything additional. It's still $99. It's such a great value, great deal. It starts May 3rd, Tuesday. So this next coming Tuesday is when that starts. I am still trying to pull up comments. We might not get to see comments, or I might not get to see comments while I am live. But yeah, because Facebook's being really weird. My page won't load. Nothing is happening. So let's just get started on the card. Oh, wait, not yet. One more thing. Also, next Tuesday, the annual catalog launch party in my VIP group. So in my VIP group, not only do you get exclusive parties like that, but you also get announcements like the starter kit first from me. I announced it, everything first to the VIPs and then to the rest of the public later on. So if you'd like to join my VIP group, click the link in the description of this video, and it'll take you to my link tree, and it says join VIP Sassy Paper Crafters VIP group. I can't talk today. If you are also watching this replay on YouTube, hi, how are you? I go live on my Facebook page every Friday, and then I post it to YouTube, and then I also go live on Sunday in the VIP group with exclusive card tutorials that you will not see anywhere else. And those also include PDFs. I think I got comments up. I'm going to turn my camera off, flip you around, and we're going to get started on this really easy card. Just change the camera, put it in the thing. I think that's too high. We're going to do that. Let's see. Turn the camera back on, Sarah. There we go. Oh, don't fall. There, now you can see my desk. Perfect. And yep, Facebook is being super weird. I can't stand it right now. I'm sorry. So if you're commenting, I can't see it. I'm so sorry. Try to do, oh, there is one comment. Maybe I can see it if I do this. I don't know. It's Molly Bishop. Hello, Molly. So this is the card we're making today. This uses some of the retiring In Color vellum. This stuff is currently on sale. We'll show that in a bit. And this is retiring the In Color Designer Series paper. This is the 2021 to 2023, yes, Designer Series paper and the color. So these colors themselves are not retiring, but some of the products are. We're getting new stuff in the new catalog to replace them. So what did I use for an embellishment? Because I didn't grab that out. Today has been very busy for me. Here they are. Okay, so we're going to get started on this card. The first thing we're going to do is use the Flowers of Friendship stamp set and punch. So this also is not retiring, but the bundle is. And what I mean by that is right now, you can get both the stamp set and the punch in a bundle and save 10%. But starting May 3rd, these will be separate in the catalog. So you can still get them, but you will not get that 10% savings. So we're using the Followers of Friendship stamp set. This is a cling stamp set with 10 stamps in it. They are all beautiful. This one here coordinates with the punch, as does this one and the 2 leaves, which we are only going to be using this one stamp and then the sentiment. And let's see. I think I want to use little card, big thanks this time. So I'm going to mount my stamps on my clear blocks. I'm going to use a C block for the sentiment, and I'm going to use a D block for my flower. And this flower fits in the punch any way around. So I'll show you that here in a minute. The first thing, oh, and also obviously we're using some blends because I like to color. So I just have a piece of basic white. This is just a scrap. And I'm going to grab my Memento ink pad, and this is just a tuxedo black ink. I'm going to move that stamp to the side because you don't need it right now. And I'm going to ink this up 3 times, and we're going to do 3 flowers. And that's okay. I got a little smudge there. It's all right. It'll punch right out. So I did my 3 flowers. And we're just going to color. So the colors I have here are Granny Apple Green. We're going to use those in a minute. That's for the leaves. I also have Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. Now, these are the in colors I was talking about. Like I said, these in colors are not retiring. They are staying around until 2023. Let's start with the Pale Papaya. There's a light and a dark of each one when you purchase them. I'm going to start with the light. I find it's easier to darken things up than it is to lighten them, so I like to start with the lightest color. And these are super easy to work with. They're just alcohol-based markers. I'm just filling in this flower. And then we're going to kind of let that dry a minute, and I'm going to go in with the light polished pink on the next flower. I'm just going to let that light pale papaya there dry. And I'm trying to stay in the lines, but if you go outside the lines, it's okay. The punch and this stamp set are very forgiving. I'm just going to go over this. It's super quick, and you could leave it just like this. This is fun on its own. But I like to add a little bit of depth and dimension. So now I'm going in with the light Fresh Freesia on the 3rd flower. And it's okay if you miss some spots the first time around, because I'll actually miss a few spots on this one on purpose just to show you why it's okay. Now we can go back to the Pale Papayas. This light, that's light. I want dark. Right. I like to keep my light and dark ones separate just so I know, because sometimes they look similar. So I'm just going to do the center of the flower, and then I'm going to go over the lines in the flower to give it like a natural shadow, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I'm not schooled in the ways of art. I just know what I think looks good. And that's all I really go on, is what I like and what I think looks good. So that's what I suggest you do when you are creating. Go with what your eye tells you and what you think looks good. And so now on this one, I left a bunch of white spots. And I'm just going to kind of fill those in just to show you what the blends can really do. So I'm going to fill in where I left it kind of like, blank. And this is one's going to be lots of depth and dimension to it. Now we'll go back in with the light Pale Papaya over here, and I'm just kind of blending, because these are blends, those two, the dark and the light, together, so it's not so harsh. And then we'll go back in with the light polished pink. Again, just blending. And these are alcohol-based markers, like I said, so they dry incredibly quick. But also, because they are alcohol-based, They do bleed through. So you don't want to put them on a surface or use this on a surface that you really care about. That's why I always use grid paper. It just protects my desk. I mean, my desk was $20 at IKEA, so it's really not like a family heirloom or anything, but I'd like to keep it nice. I like to have nice things. And so now you can kind of see the difference with the fresh freesia, that there's just a little more shading, a little more depth. And you could go in and do more shading and play with this. Hi, Tammy. And play with this and do a little bit more. I'm going to leave it as is. Move my blends out of the way, and let's bring in this cool punch. So like I said, it punches out the 2 flowers, also the 2 sets of leaves. We're only using this top one here. So I'm just going to line this up in the punch, and there is going to be a bit of a white border, which is exactly what we want. Line that up, maybe, and punch it out. And you're going to get little bits of cardstock. And see, like I said, this lines up any way you try. I can turn it this way. I can turn it whatever way I want. It's symmetrical all the way around, so it lines up every single time. This is perfect, the perfect stamp set and punch for a beginner, especially if you're a beginner, but you kind of want to wow to your card. So I don't want to lock that yet because you're still going to use it. I'm just going to get these little bits out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in this beautiful in color vellum. So I have fresh freesia, pale papaya, and polished pink. And if you can see that, let me get it. Oops, shaking the camera. It's shimmery. There it is. It's super shimmery, so pretty. I love this stuff. I'm sad that it's retiring, but if you want it, you should get it now because I think it's like less than $10. It's super affordable. So I'm just going to punch out, I think, did I use 3 or 2? 2. So I'm just going to punch out 2 of these. And like I said, you're going to get little bits. If you have a cat or anything, or a dog that likes to play with paper, I have 2 cats. One of them really likes to get in my craft room. I try to keep all the little bits together so he doesn't eat them. Punch out 2 of those. And you could totally even save the little bits. Like, that's a perfect little pale papaya leaf right there. I'm not going to save them, but you totally could for a different project if you wanted to. 2 of those. And you gotta be careful. Sometimes this does get stuck in the punch. It's very thin at the vellum, so I sometimes will rip it. And you might have to get tweezers to get in there. Sometimes just doing that works. I think I got it all out. Perfect. Let me get the little bits out of the way so they don't accidentally get stuck to our project. Oh, and a piece fell on the floor. I'll have to get that after I'm done. So now I have a stitched rectangle from the stitched rectangle stitch shape. I don't know what it is. I think it's stitched rectangles or rectangle stitch die, something like that. Anywho, I have die cut a rectangle. This step is totally optional. This measures 2 and let's say a half by 4 inches. So if you just wanted to cut a piece of cardstock, that is 2.5 by 4 inches, that would work just fine. I'm going to grab this large flower here and an E-block and my Memento ink pad, and I'm just going to ink up that flower. Now, when my stamp is bigger than the ink pad, I like to take the ink pad to the stamp. It just ensures that I get even coverage of ink on my stamp. And then I'm just going to place this like that, kind of sideways. And then we're going to go in with the light granny apple green and just color in the leaves. The flowers, we're not going to do anything to because we're going to cover those up. Just quickly coloring the flowers. And another tip I wanted to share, there's blends have two ends. So what I've been using is the brush tip. They also have like a pen tip, and that is great for getting in little areas where you don't want to go outside the lines maybe, so you can go around and then turn it around and use the brush tip to fill it in. I'm going to go in with the dark. And just go over these lines here. And then I'm going to go back in with the light and just kind of blend it out. There. Move those. And now we can put our flowers together. So what I'm going to use for the flowers is some glue dots. Let's start with fresh freesia. So I punched out 2 of these vellum ones. I'm going to take one and stick it to my glue dot. I thought I got glue dot on me. And then I'm just going to kind of line it up so that the petals don't overlap. And then I'm going to take the fresh freesia flower that we colored, stick it on a glue dot, and I'm going to go the opposite. And then what you can do is this is the insert for the caddy that the clear blocks come in. And I like, this is my old paper pierce. So you could take the tip of a pen or something, and I just like to kind of push it in the center a little bit just to make that pop up. I'm just going to set that over here quick, and we can put together the rest of our flowers. Push that down, line it up. This card actually goes together incredibly quick. I did mine in probably 10 to 12 minutes. It goes a lot faster when you're not doing a live and trying to talk at the same time. So I'm going to take the pale papaya, line that up. We're done with the glue dots. Push those a little bit just so they pop up a little. And now I'm going to take some dimensionals. That way our flowers really pop up. And it really doesn't matter where or how you place them. I just kind of like tucked the flowers kind of into each other so it really looked like they were all together. There. And then I'm going to add, if I can find that, some of the 2021 to 2023 in colored jewels to them. I think I'm going to go, they come with all 5 in colors. Obviously, I'm running low. I think I'm going to go with the soft succulent. I only have 2 of the big ones, though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a soft succulent and an evening evergreen. That looks good. Go with that. And then I have a few strips of that in color designer series paper. The length of them doesn't really matter, but the width of them, I cut them to 3/4 of an inch, or all 3/4 of an inch. They're varying lengths though. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of seal and run it. And the seal, by the way, if anybody was waiting for it, is back in stock, Stamp and Seal. It was out for a while. That might be too far out. I think it is. Don't need any more, but I just want it to poke out a little bit. I'm not trying to make it the, centerpiece of the card. I just want it to poke out slightly. So I'm going to run that one all the way to the back. And the same thing probably with this one. These are just scraps that I had lying around and wanted to use up. That looks good to me. I like it. I'm going to grab my card base. This is a basic, thick basic white card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just going to score it with a bone folder. And then before I put this down, I just kind of like to lay out where it's going to go. I'm going to get my sentiment stamped on there. And I don't lay this down yet because in case I mess up. So if I mess up, I can always add a piece of basic white over it, and that'll fix it. I'm just inking up my stamp in Memento. I'm going to put this about there. So I'm going to kick that out of the way. It's a little bit crooked, but I'm okay with it. So this is what we're going to go with. And then I took some dimensionals for the back of this guy. And then we just set it in the middle. And that is it. Like I said, it's a little bit crooked, but I like it. And then I think on this one, no, I didn't. I was going to say you could stamp a flower on the inside and color it in. I wouldn't maybe color it in with the blends though, because it will bleed through the back, but you could color it in with stamps or just maybe make a pink flower on the inside, however you'd like. But this is today's project, so I'm so happy that you joined me today. If you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to Sarah Chatello McGuire on Facebook, or you can email me at sassypapercrafts.com. I will be live in the VIP group Sunday, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Happy stamping. I'll see you next time.